A gas line break brought a shelter-in-place order in Chico this morning. We have details about a felony arrest at City Hall, what the suspect is accused of doing, and how a new state law comes into play. And public transit buses are back on the road today for the first time in Tehama County after a deadly bus crash on Wednesday.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
New at noon, an arrest for making school threats involving potential gun violence in Plumas County. Sheriff's deputies say they learned of the threats last night directed at Portola High School. They arrested a juvenile who lives outside the county on a charge of making criminal threats. School district officials decided not to call off school today after deciding there was no ongoing threat to students or staff. New at noon, a Shasta County woman accused of sexually abusing children sentenced to 24 years in prison. Ariana Bruner pleaded guilty last month to 9 felony counts of lewd acts on a child under 14. Court records show the abuse involved multiple victims between 2021 and 2023. Officials say when Bruner is released, she will be required to register as a sex offender and will be on parole for 10 years. The judge said despite her guilty plea to the charges, she still denied responsibility. Also, new at noon today, a gas leak brought a shelter in place this morning in Chico. It happened at about 9:30 in the area of Chestnut Street between 11th and 12th Streets. PG&E says construction crews on a Cal Water project broke a gas line. Emergency crews told neighbors to shelter in place for about a block around.
Anytime we have an active gas leak, we're going to, as a precautionary, have people shelter in place until we can monitor the air and then shut off that gas leak in conjunction with PG&E. So it was a precautionary position that we took.
That shelter-in-place order was lifted within the hour of when the leak started. Happened during work on a new water infrastructure project that Cal Water just started this week. A foggy start to the day in parts of the North State. Take a look. This video was taken on Highway 32 this morning, just west of Chico, east of the Sacramento River. It's getting to be a lot nicer outside right now, at least in the Chico area. Meteorologist Mark Thibodeau has your forecast.
Well, good afternoon, Linda. We are looking at some relatively pleasant weather out there. We're still going to see some areas of fog, I think, as we head through these mornings. Temperatures are going to be running a bit above average for this time of year as we head through the weekend. That's not going to change a whole lot. That could go into next week as well. Warm, sunny weather for the holiday weekend, for the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday weekend, and heading into next week as well. So as we head through the evening hours, just grab a light jacket or sweater as you head out to dinner maybe. 58 degrees Redding, North Valley, Chico, Mid Valley, 50 degrees. Susanville, 33 across the Sierra here, a little colder. Truckee, 27. Coastal areas, Eureka, 48. Fort Bragg, 49 degrees. But then as we head late into the evening hours towards sunrise, getting pretty cold here in Chester Forest, 23, Red Bluff 41, Chico 39. So a lot of us valleys above freezing. Higher elevations going to see lows in a lot of cases in those 20s. Your forecast ahead.
All right, thank you, Mark. New at noon, Chico police arrested a man on felony drug charges at the Municipal Center. Police say officers were called to a report of the suspect exposing himself and urinating on the outside of the building near the doorway to an employee entrance. Chico PD's target team responded, arresting 37-year-old Justin Nussbaum. Police say he's homeless with multiple prior contacts and arrests for creating a public nuisance in the downtown area. Investigators say Nussbaum was found with narcotics, and because he has numerous prior convictions for drug-related offenses, he was charged with felony possession under Prop 36. A feather alert has been issued in Lassen and Plumas counties for 34-year-old Caitlin Joseph. She's 5'2", 180 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. Joseph was last seen December 29th around 5 p.m. in Sparks, Nevada. She's believed to be on foot. She was seen wearing a black coat, blue jeans, and has a tribal affiliation with Maidu and Northern Ute. And again, this is who police are looking for. She's been missing since the 29th. You can call the Plumas or Lassen County Sheriff's Departments if you have any information. Trax bus service in Tehama County resumed today for the first time since Wednesday's deadly crash involving one of its buses. The crash left 6 people dead, including the driver, and 1 person hospitalized with critical injuries. The CHP said a pickup truck crossed the center line and crashed head-on with the bus on Highway 99 West near Guile Road, that's north of Corning. Trax closed Wednesday and Thursday because of operational considerations and out of respect for the victims' families. The names of the victims have not yet been released. Today, regular routes will operate as scheduled. Trax is a Tehama Rural Area Express with fixed routes connecting Red Bluff, Corning, and Los Molinos. A new city council member is now in place on the Red Bluff City Council. Council members last night interviewed 8 candidates in a special public meeting to replace Cody Strock, who resigned in November. After the interviews, the council voted 3-1 to appoint Cassandra Pope. She owns Storehouse Goods in Red Bluff. Pope told us her goal is to help the city heal.
Really, the goal is to move forward with the things that the citizens want to see brought to the table, to get some forward momentum so that we can get out of just the place we've been stuck with Cody on the council.
Pope was immediately sworn in. By selecting her, the council avoided holding a special election that would have cost the county about $40,000, or the city, I should say, about $40,000. She will now finish Strock's term that ends in December. Pope said she has not decided if she'll run in November's general election and told us she is eager to get to work and represent the people of Red Bluff. Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado spoke this morning after an historic meeting with President Trump at the White House. Machado, who gave her Nobel Peace Prize medal to the president yesterday, told him Venezuelan society is ready to move decisively forward and transition to democracy. But the president said he's made no promises when it comes to Venezuela's future. Natalie Brand reports from Washington.
Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado talked about her first face-to-face meeting with President Trump following the U.S. capture of former Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro.
He cares for the people of Venezuela, and he told me that yesterday.
The White House released this photo showing Machado giving the president her Nobel Peace Prize medallion Thursday. The Nobel Committee notes the medal can be transferred, but not the title.
Venezuela is going to be free, and that's going to be achieved with the support of the people of the United States and the President, Donald Trump.
As the historic meeting unfolded, CBS News confirmed CIA Director John Ratcliffe traveled to Venezuela to meet with acting President Delcy Rodriguez and deliver a message that the U.S. looks forward to an improved working relationship.
President Trump has praised Venezuela's interim government for cooperating with the U.S. and has questioned whether Machado has enough respect and support within her country to lead.
Former U.S. Ambassador to Venezuela Charles Shapiro says recent polling in Venezuela proves she does.
The most popular politician in Venezuela right now, according to the polls, is Maria Corina Machado. One of the least popular politicians in Venezuela right now is Delcy Rodriguez.
Independently verified vote counts in Venezuela's 2024 presidential election showed that Machado's party won by a significant margin, even though Maduro claimed victory. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
The White House says President Trump plans to keep the medal. Just Wednesday, U.S. officials announced their first sale of Venezuelan oil valued at $500 million. Still ahead today, some guests join us with details of this weekend's celebration of the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in Chico. We'll be right back.